Hello everybody, welcome back to the Spoked Wheel YouTube channel. We're back today for the second video with Pro Cycling Manager 21. After doing the European Championships in the last video, I wanted to sample a little bit of mountain racing. So we've got the Monte Zoncolan stage from the 2021 Giro, and I was really disappointed and sad for Mikel Landa when he crashed out of this race. So we're going to be playing as Bahrain victorious, and we're going to hopefully try and give Landa a chance to make amends and try and get the win on the Zoncolan with him. So I've selected the riders that were actually on Bahrain Victorious's 2021 Giro squad, so that's all accurate in terms of who they had on the start line. You can see in terms of strategy, our leader is Landa, then we have Caruso and Bilbao, also Mohoric as free elements. Everyone else will be riding as a teammate for Landa, but really basically the whole team is going to be trying to ride for Landa. If no one is working to control the breakaway, I'm going to do that because I want to try and get Landa the stage win, which we'll have to see what sort of competition we're up against in terms of other climbers and GC riders, but hopefully we can make that happen for Mikel. We're at the start line of this Monte Zoncolan stage, and we're immediately going to attack with Jan Tratnik to try and put him in the breakaway. He was in the breakaway in real life on this stage, and he was right up at the front of the peloton, so might as well stick him up there to see if he can either help Landa at some point or even just give us some leverage by having a rider up the road. Right now we have Matej Mohoric protecting Landa because he's strong on the flats. In terms of competition that we're up against, this race is absolutely stacked. Roglic is here, Pogacar is here, Bernal and Carapaz from Ineos. I think Miguel Angel Lopez as well, so some very strong competition that we're going to be up against on the Zoncolan. We're going to have to try and use Caruso and Bilbao as much as possible on the final climb to set the pace for Landa and set him up nicely. But we have a strong team, so I think Bahrain's team out of this race is about as strong as anyone else here, so we'll do our best to try and put Landa in a spot to win the stage. We're getting close to the halfway point of the stage. We've got Tratnik in the break successfully. We have a gap of about 4.5 minutes at this point. One thing that I do like so far, although it's a very small sample size because I've only played 2 races, but it seems to be a little bit easier this year to get riders in the break than it was in PCM 20. That was something that frustrated me because it seemed like just about every breakaway immediately got chased back by the peloton. So I do like that aspect, that it's a little bit easier to send guys into the breakaway because that, in my opinion, makes your options for racing a lot more diverse and fun, especially if you're using a weaker team, I guess, in a career mode. At least you have the ability to successfully get guys into the breakaway. So I'm happy that they seem to have dialed that back a little bit for this year. So just before we were about to reach the base of the Monte Zoncolan, the breakaway with Tratnik in it got caught. So instead of having him drop back later on in the climb, we've had him come to the front here of our little Bahrain mountain train that we've set up. We've got Tratnik dropping back from the breakaway, Mohoric, Gino Mater, Pello Bilbao, and then Damiano Caruso as the final man for Mikel Landa. As you can see from the profile, and also from this little profile on the side, it gets really, really steep up towards the top, so ideally we're going to want to save at least Caruso, but maybe Bilbao as well, for that portion of the climb to make sure that Landa has someone with him. But prior to that, we just sort of want to ride at a steady tempo and hopefully keep Landa up at the front, although whoever's at the front right now is setting a vicious pace right now. It's Danny Martinez working for either Bernal or Carapaz, but we're going to be able to get back up towards the front, I think, with our train and hopefully put ourselves in a good position to try and fight for the stage with Landa. And as soon as I said that, we've got Roglic and Almeida kicking off things with an attack. whole lot of GC contenders went after that one. We're going to try and use our teammates as much as possible, so we're going to try and stay steady here with Mohoric, although he's just about out of energy. Responding to that move took a lot out of him, so I think it's about time for Gino Mater. There goes Simon Yates. Wasn't sure which Yates brother it was, but Adam rides for Ineos, so I should have known by the jersey. But let's have... There goes Bernal as well. This is insane. These guys are attacking like crazy from the bottom of the climb. We're going to try and play things a little bit more cautious, and hopefully it will work, because there's no way we could keep going at this pace that these guys are riding at right now. So we're just going to let Gino Mater keep doing his thing here. We'll turn it over to Pello Bilbao sooner rather than later. But even look at Landa. His energy is so low. And they've actually been caught behind, which is not good news at all. But Mater's done, so it's time for Pello Bilbao. I can't believe how quickly these guys are riding. I really can't. This is insane. Insane tempo. We'll see whether or not they get tired. But we got Caruso back on the wheel of Bilbao, so let's try and not get blocked here, and we'll try and bring Landa and Caruso up, if Caruso can get through that gap there. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe how all out these riders have gone from the bottom. It's going to be tough just to get through, I think, with our guys. I have no idea if we'll be able to bring them up there. But Bilbao coming up now. We got to try and use our energy here to bring Landa back to the front. It might be too late, though. I think that fast pace to begin with might have caught me off guard, and I don't know if we can get back up there. So let's go with it with Landa here inside the final 1.5 kilometers. See if we can get by these riders. But it's going to be tough just because of how narrow the roads are. So we were caught out in a not particularly good position, but we are fighting our way back through now with Landa. Inside the final kilometer, we've got Bernal, Yates, Pogacar. Roglic takes the win. Let's sprint into the final couple hundred meters here with Mikel Landa. So it's Roglic first, Bernal second, and we managed to grab third there with Landa, just ahead of Simon Yates. So for my first time playing a mountain stage in PCM 21, that was insane. I was not expecting that. There were guys attacking left and right from the base of the climb. We were caught out of position because of it. That was definitely my error. I should have been more up towards the front, but I think in the end we were able to use our teammates to recover pretty well to get Landa up to third there. So here we have the results of the Monte Zoncolan stage. Primoz Roglic wins it 1 minute and 20 seconds ahead of Egan Bernal. We came third with Mikel Landa, 11 seconds back of Bernal, and 1:31 down on Roglic. Yates was fourth on the same time as us. So, I mean, I guess that's to be expected when you look at Roglic's stats. Incredibly strong rider, deservedly so. But yeah, he put a ton of time there into pretty much everyone. So I think he was one of the first riders to attack too. So maybe that suggests that it pays off to attack early, but we did not do that at all, and we still managed to finish third. So the strategy of riding steady and keeping a constant pace to avoid running out of energy seems to still work decently well also. But yeah, that was an interesting one for my first time playing a mountain stage on PCM 21. Tons of action for sure. But I will be back again very soon with the next installment of this PCM 21 series of videos that I'm doing, just exploring the different mechanics in the game. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.